Hey, what's going on, folks? Just something again in my thoughts when I'm riding, when I'm running, things like that. Something I really learned the last handful of years more than any point in my life is we always hear people say things I used to say as well, is what we want, our goals, what we're passionate about. And most people will never pursue that. Most passions and purpose are trapped in work clothes, whether it's a 9 to 5 that you don't like, or whether it's a career that you may make a significant amount of money and have uh, access to those kind of resources, and you may still be miserably unhappy, whatever it is. So what I often ask people, because I had to discover this through myself, through experience. Remember, we can't imagine an experience. We must undergo it. We can't speak on it unless we've experienced it ourselves. People talk about their dreams, talk about their goals, and we're often told that we need to pursue the job or the career path that is most likely to happen. What is more realistic? What is more feasible? And that's total bullshit. And especially when you reach a certain age, people will tell you that that time has passed, that it's too late. And that's true for some things. If you ever figure out your purpose in life, passion is important. Sometimes it's not the same thing as purpose. I'm passionate about music. I love music. I can't carry a tune and I can't play an instrument. But if I would have found that it was my purpose when I was younger, I wouldn't be doing those things throughout my life, but I did not. People want you to often fall under the category of things that are most likely to happen because that's what they did. That's what I did at one point. Try to get promoted at a place you may or may not like because that's most likely to happen, but don't be a writer. Don't try to be a musician. Don't be a speaker. Don't pursue anything that's outside those parameters because it's most likely not to happen. And really what it is, it's because we worry about people's criticism and their judgment. That's what it is. We hold ourselves back. So I got a lot more to say on this, and you're going to hear me say this more. Like a lot of things, yes, because they fit universally. When you decide or you find out I feel bad for people who never find their purpose. If you never find your purpose, then you will continue just to go through the motions and the mundane tasks of life and arrive at old age or death, never finding out, never taking risk, never failing. Failure is inevitable. That's part of it. And people that are driven and relentless about their purpose like I am, yes, even at this point in life, we can move on from one failure to the next. No support, anything, with the same enthusiasm because we understand that's part of it. We've been working around obstacles our whole life. You should find your purpose and then build your life around that. If not, you will probably, like a lot of us did, you will get trapped in life and then will work everything else around those traps. People say that's just part of life. It is. We have to pay bills. We have to work. We have to do things that are part of our survival. But if we do not figure out our purpose and why we're here and what we're supposed to be doing, what we have to offer other people, what legacy we could leave to our loved ones. Because at the end of our life, I've been saying this a lot lately, no one's fucking gonna remember what car I drove, how big my house was, what name brand was on my clothes, how much money I fucking made. Our life's gonna be summed up in about 30 minutes to 2 hours at our funeral. They're gonna throw us in the ground, they're gonna cry, and then we'll become irrelevant. That's not my plan. No matter how long I got left, this is the only mission. And whatever I got to sacrifice and do with no line in the sand, no finish line, that's what I'll do, even if it's the last thing I do. So that brings me to this. When you think about your goals and dreams and your plans, or you find your purpose, it's not about what you want. It's about what you're willing to give up. We all know what we want. We say what we want. We think we know what it is that we want. Is what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up your comforts? Are you willing to give up your little luxuries? Are you willing to become unavailable? Are you willing for people to drop off? Are you willing to spend time in solitude? Are you willing to downsize your life in every way? Because we're told that upgrading our life is material things. It's money, it's houses, it's things, it's status. And that's not what my upgrading my life is. I used to have that confused as well. Because there's nothing going to come great on any level without setbacks, failures, and sacrifices. Are you willing to downsize everything in your life? Are you willing to work for less? Are you willing to work for free? Are you willing to do without? Are you willing to people just totally abandon you for whatever reason? Are you willing to work without benefits? Are you willing to work without paid days off? Are you willing to work without vacations? Are you willing to, again, downgrade? Are you willing to downgrade things to upgrade your life? Drive an old car. Are you willing to get rid of the debt, not get any more debt? Are you willing to not go out to eat as much? Are you willing to modify your vacations? Are you willing to sell shit? Are you willing to go years of doing stuff for free for future opportunity later? This with a list of a lot of other shit. Criticize, hated on, judge, talked about, made fun of. Because if you're not willing to do all of those things with no expiration date on when it will end or how long it will take, then you don't want it bad enough. If you aren't willing to do all those things, then you have decided that status, temporary comforts, being available, popularity, status on everything, people judging you because you drive a lesser car, you don't have an expensive house, you make less money. If you can't handle those kind of blows from every category, from every corner, people will come out from underneath rocks and out of the woodshed to work against you that you never thought, because that's what's going to happen. It will expose a lot of people that you didn't think that way about. And we got to quit defining people by what they do for a living. Because I know the things I've had to do for a living is very much not who I am. I'm a lot of other things, but I'm not that. That's what I have to do in the past. To change directions, to make big life changes, you're going to have to sacrifice and do without. If you're one of those people that's in a significantly good situation financially, or connected with family, or an environment where you don't have to do without, then that's great, but you're probably not going to be able to go to the next level with any of that without any help. You know you have the help, you know you have the resources, you know you have the connections. What we want to do is we want to make big life changes, and we want to do something great in our life, and we want to do it unscathed without giving anything up, whether it be relationship, job, relocation, whatever it is. And that's not how it works for most people. You're either talking about doing it, thinking about doing it, that all sounds great, but unless you're taking action, massive action upon your life, then that's all it is. It's just talk. We are not, again, you probably heard this in a movie, we're not the contents of our wallet. We're not our savings. We're not what we have to do in the meantime to make a living. Because I would rather do without all of those things than have the regret that I never went after what I knew I was supposed to do. What can we leave and instill in others? What do we have to offer our loved ones and other people that want it? Because, again, they're not going to talk about your house, your car, how much money you made at your funeral. And we all got that destination, and we don't know when it is. Y'all stay humble and live savage.